Hello, YouTube watchers on all things here Southwest Washington. You're going to need to know that Ridgefield has a growth battle going on right now and what it means for buyers and sellers here in Southwest Washington. Because, well, most homeowners have no idea that a battle is happening right now over where and how future homes in Ridgefield can even be built. The city, they want to grow. The county says, you have enough land. But here's why this disagreement could actually affect you, whether you're planning to sell soon or you've been waiting to buy in Ridgefield. So you're going to want to know everything that's going on with this little battle. And, well, I'm going to get after it right now. So here's what's going on. In simple terms, of course, Ridgefield and Clark County are in a tug-of-war over growth. Every 10 years, cities and counties across Washington have to update their 20-year growth plans. And basically, it's where new homes and jobs will go. The county's data says Ridgefield already has enough land in its city limits to meet growth for 2 decades. About 5,800 homes and 8,000 jobs worth of capacity. But Ridgefield city leaders, they're disagreeing. The problem is, before the pandemic, Ridgefield had already been ranked as the fastest growing city in Washington state. But then from 2020 to 2024, Ridgefield's population shot up 48% according to the U.S. Census. Nearby Vancouver, just for, to get a concept here, only went up 4.2% over that same period of time. And with all of this growth, you start to feel the pressure on housing, schools, and of course, roads. So Ridgefield is fighting back, stating that might work on paper, but in real life, no. And that's because Ridgefield's vision is to grow in a way that keeps the neighborhoods balanced, more walkable communities, accesses to parks and stores, and protecting space for local jobs. County loves to squish everything in, as you can all tell when you're traveling within City of Vancouver and some of the outskirt counties of Vancouver. Now, Ridgefield's perspective is they want to have space. They want to have the green spaces in between the communities so it's not so squished in and it feels so congested. And that is where the battle begins. In order to do that, they're asking to expand Ridgefield's boundaries to add more buildable land so they can keep that buffer and those continual walkways and green spaces and parks in between the communities. Now, here's where it actually matters for you. So let's say you're a buyer hoping to get into Ridgefield soon. You've probably noticed how fast the city's been growing, right? And how prices keep inching up. And if the county wins this lovely little debate and growth stays limited, that means fewer new homes can be built inside of Ridgefield. And, well, that means less inventory and higher competition for what's available. So in plain English, you're going to need to act faster and maybe look at nearby areas like La Center or Woodland if you want the space without the Ridgefield price tag. Now, on the flip side, if you are a seller, oh boy, this standoff could actually work quite well in your favor. Because if development is slowed or restricted, your existing home becomes even more valuable because supply stays tight. And, well, it's simple economics, right? Limited supply, steady demand, prices hold strong. But there is another layer that most people miss in all of this. Ridgefield also wants to protect land near the I-5 junction for jobs and not apartments. So if you've been watching for new multifamily or affordable housing options to pop up near the freeway, don't hold your breath. The city's priority there is to attract more major employers and not rooftops, which means that could limit rental and entry-level housing in the area, keeping it more competitive for first-time buyers. For instance, let's kind of bring it into perspective. Imagine a young couple relocating from Portland and they find a home site in Ridgefield, but it's zoned for jobs instead of housing. Meanwhile, the land that is zoned for homes is already under contract for a new subdivision that won't be finished for about 2 years. That's what this fight is really about. Where we can actually build and how soon can we build it. It's not just politics. It actually shapes who can actually afford to live here in Ridgefield. And while the county plans to wrap up its growth study by mid-2026, staff only just released the draft environmental impact statement as of, well, right now, October 2025. And, well, they are currently evaluating the land use alternatives, agricultural lands, and climate planning. But that means that the final adoption is targeted after the state-granted timeline extension. Yeah. We can only hope that they actually wrap things up by mid-2026. But until then, that means that both builders and buyers, well, they're kind of up in limbo. Now sellers, woohoo! You're sitting in a very sweet spot, at least for now, because uncertainty tends to kind of freeze new supply, and that can hold up values, make them actually quite steady for you. But here's the takeaway that I actually want to give you when you watch this video. If you're thinking about buying or selling in Ridgefield, this debate about urban growth boundaries isn't just government paperwork. It's actually shaping the future value of your neighborhood. And so Ridgefield's story shows us how quickly local planning decisions can ripple into home prices, development timing, and even who can call this area home to begin with. Now don't worry, I'm going to be tracking what happens with these lovely growth plans so that you don't have to read through all of the policy talk yourself, because it can be quite boring. But watch for more videos like this and others that I post regarding all things that are shifting and changing here in Southwest Washington, because I do hope to be able to be your realtor of choice, help you be able to relocate into Washington or within Washington. So be sure to reach out by calling, texting, or emailing me. Let's not just continue this relationship through a computer, but let's have a conversation. And so until next time, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great home buying and selling day.